excited to be in your podcast studio today.
Thank you.
So I need to know, your podcast, you delve on some serious topics, but also, have a bit of fun, a bit of cheeky fun on the side. What made you get into podcasting? I'll start with you, Kristen.
Well, the funny thing is that you say that because our catchphrase for the podcast is join the fun. We know that life can be very serious, but sometimes, you want to bring a little bit of fun even to the serious topics because, life's not just black and white. We have shades of grey, and it's always good to make anything fun regardless of sometimes how sad situations may be. We decided to get into podcasting because Michael and I both have a background in entertainment. So I'm a singer, songwriter, model, actor, dancer. I hate rolling it off. It's just, it's just like, one of those strange things. But, I've worked in media and stuff like that. And yeah, we just had a shared experience recently with our health, just finished breast cancer treatment. Just wanted to, get my story out and then also give other people a platform to, talk about things that are important to them.
I love how you said that. I love that you said it was a shared experience because a lot of people do go through, whether it's cancer or some sort of trauma. Michael, what got you into podcasting?
Well, I have a background as well. Like I'm in the creative world, so in the film industry. So George Basher, my brother, I've been working on some films and also the radio background. I've been doing that for 7 years, and I thought, it's time to give it a bit of a change and get into the podcasting because podcasting is the way forward after doing radio for so many years. And I'm so grateful that I got to meet this amazing woman, Kristen. We both share also the same sort of health issues as well. Like, I'm a survivor of a heart attack recently, and we wanted to get together and just do something that's really deep.
So the culmination of not just your health stories, but your talent and your background as well, being in radio and also being in media as well. What kind of tips can you give our viewers who want to start their own podcast, just like what you guys did?
Probably the first thing that we did was we sat down and worked out what direction we wanted to go with the podcast. We thought about the fact that there are a lot of podcasts out there that have, particular niches and stuff. Because we do come from an entertainment background and we love entertainment, we thought it was, really good to kind of start with that as the basis core. So anything that's entertaining to people. But then it was really important to us to also have, a heart at the base of it.
What kind of stories do you get on your podcast?
We've got stories with a celebrity actually, and we talked about mental health. Nathan Harvey, who's 90s heartthrob that's gone through a lot, being on TV and so forth. So we talk about mental health and losing people around him as well.
I can see a common thread here. So you've got your cancer survivors and you've got your mental health people that are struggling with that, and then you've got your heart survivors. And yeah. I'm seeing a theme of there's adversity, but then comes the victory in the end.
Yeah, so it's mainly about saying that no matter what you're going through, if you can kind of try to remain positive and, focus your energies on things other than the sad part of what you're going through or, the hard part of what you're going through. There's always light on the other side of it. And that's what we want people who are listening to know, that just because sometimes people's lives look glamorous or they look like everything's going well, that a lot of the times there are underlying things going on behind the scenes that people don't even know are going on. You look back at somebody like Nathan Harvey who had a lot of success and, you think, what a charmed life, how, wonderful it must be to be famous and be partying with other actors and models and, living the high life. And then you realise that there sometimes is that flip side.
And Michael, just looking at your history as well, you had a book released quite a few years ago.
Yeah, it's called Oh My God, Am I Right? So I've become the first Australian with a Lebanese Christian background to ever come out in Australia and be male and have a book published. And I think I still am, to this day, that person. So I had to share my authenticity with love and light, and stay connected with the culture. So I am an LGBTQI plus advocate.
Which then obviously, his intent was to help other people from a similar cultural background not to be so afraid.
That's right.
I can see this common thread coming through. So your life personally has brought you into this journey with Kristen, and Kristen's life has brought her into this journey with you to create this amazing podcast.
That's what we're saying. It was fate, for sure. It was definitely fate because, our paths could have crossed so many times at other events and things
Timing
like that.
is impeccable.
Yeah. And then we met at a fashion show and then just talking, we realised that we were both so passionate about what we do and what we love about it.
Yeah.
And then, we just thought we'd get together and just started with acquiring all the equipment and working out where we were going to shoot. And then we did our, photo shoot to work out what our branding was going to look like. Everything from the colors to the visuals.
So how did you know what equipment to choose?
I'm really good at absorbing and picking up on things as you're learning, because you learn behind the scenes things of how things work, how cameras work, how camera angles work, how editing works, what type of lighting that you use. So we pretty much started with that. I obviously invested in making sure we got top quality mics, making sure that our lighting is as good as it can be, to show off the beauty that is Michael L. Basher.
Sounds like you did a lot of groundwork, a lot of research, got it together.
I think that's most important, because to us it was about quality first. Because if you're going to start something, you really get one opportunity at starting something. So we wanted to make sure that what we started was quality, from our visual branding to our sound to our lighting to how the setup is. And we also, want to make sure that all our guests come, they feel comfortable. We make sure we have, some form of craft services. Because we know what it's like to be on long shoots and, no one feeds you or gives you a drink or anything like that.
So if you want to get fed, come to the Kristen and Michael show.
Try to make sure we look after our guests, make sure that, they've at least had something to drink or something to eat and, that they're relaxed. And
we're giving them the VIP treatment.
We do, yes.
Very important people.
Yeah, very important people. Everyone who comes on the Kristen and Michael show is a very important person.
Oh, look, I can't wait to hear some of these episodes and dive into the world of Kristen and Michael and the podcast world. Thank you so much for your time today, and it's been amazing, and I can't wait to see what other episodes come out.
And don't forget to tell people to come join the fun.
Join the fun.
With snacks.